Well, good evening, folks, and welcome to another round of the Gameshow Podcast. Gameshow Speak Podcast. I am your man, Dante Pittman. And now, normally, Michael would be with me, but he's attending a Buffalo Sabres game at this time. So we wish him a safe journey there and hope the Buffalo Sabres win. But with me, I'm not alone for the ride. With me, I have my man, Mark Leota.
Hello. Hello, Dante. It's great to be here with you.
Thank you. Hey, no problem. No problem. So, so Michael, I hope Mark will make you proud. Help the Buffalo Sabres win. All right, let's. Without further ado, let's get it underway. There you go. So that way you'll know what you're seeing. All right. There we go. All right. Let's start our first topic here. CBS SLOTSLINGO. Yeah. All right. It'll be 2023 before you know it. So it's not too early to start marking your calendars for CBS's winter 2023 premiere dates and broadcast schedule. A pair of new shows, action drama True Lies and Game Show Lingo, will be hitting the airwaves early next year, along with the mid-season premieres of returning CBS shows like the NCIS franchise and Fire Country. All right, as y'all know, Lingo is a new take on the long-running work guessing game show, hosted by Ruth Charles, of course. As two teams go head-to-head solving war puzzles to win cash prizes, of course. Nearer term season 4 of Tough as Nails, also by Phil Kilgan, debuts on CBS January 4th. Primetime episodes of The Price is Right on January 4th as well. Also, Survivor returns March 1st as Wednesday Peerage. I can't wait for Lingo to premiere. Oh, what was that?
Okay, that's the extremely loud notification thing on my phone.
So Mark, your thoughts on Lingo coming to CBS?
All right, first let's turn on Do Not Disturb. That way that won't go off. But yeah, Lingo definitely is a good choice for a revival.
Yeah, I thought it was going to come back to GSN, but I realized it's going to be on CBS. We'll see how it works. I'm mad they took off the bingo element, though.
Oh.
I'm mad they took that off. But they're trying to be different. All right, well, I'm going to give them a chance. So we'll see what happens here. Oh, speaking of Rue, Drag Race looking to expand through Asia. Emmy-winning production company World of Wonder has partnered with a third-party agent O4 Media to help develop RuPaul's Drag Race in new territories across the continent, including India, Japan, Singapore, South Korea, and a new season of the Assisting Drag Race Thailand. According to a press release, World of Wonder is also working on adapting RuPaul's Secret Celebrity Drag Race, which has welcomed famous faces for drag makeovers across 2 seasons on VH1 for the Asian market. Well, this seems interesting. Okay. Well, all right. Now, let's get to. All right, yeah. Oh, I forgot one. Okay. And then there were 3. The best of the best prove it. Jeopardy has officially entered the post-Alex Trebek era with 2 permanent hosts splitting duties behind the opponent for the biggest trivia game show on the planet. But Trebek's impact on the show remains, and 2 years after his death, the syndicated show paid tribute to the longtime host on Tuesday. The moment came not during actual play, but as a warm-up game of sorts between Matt Amodio, Mateo Roach, and A.B. Schneider. As a bit of an interlude to the Tournament of Champions, 3 of Season 38's biggest winners played each other to keep their skills sharp despite all getting automatic byes at the tournament semifinals. It also smartly meant that any electric coverage cutting into syndicated areas would not have viewers missing action crucial to the tournament's results. That lack of space meant the game had a bit looser of a feel, and the trivia for some categories was more well trivial than is often the case, which is why the show had an entire category about Trebek's life. It started yesterday and will continue till tomorrow. Oh boy. How's it feel? What were your thoughts on Mayim Bialik and Ken Jennings splitting hosting duties on Jeopardy?
Hmm. Well, uh, well, times change, and sometimes, like these days, like with a lot of stuff going on, like you need to have sometimes more than one person available to do the job if like the other person has other commitments.
I agree. Can't deny that.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Alex Trebek. You will be missed deeply in our hearts, of course. All right. Now let's get to the TV ratings. This is from Fridays, of course. Friday's rating, or in the Friday's TV show ratings, Fox's Friday Night SmackDown scored the demo win with Ways. Shark Tank delivered Friday's biggest in the audience with CBS in rerun mode. On Fox, SmackDown averaged 2.1 million total viewers and a 0.5 demo rating, holding steady week to week. All right, we're on ABC. Shark Tank, 3.4 million, 0.4 was up a bit in audience, but down in the demo after a 2-week break. Over on NBC, Lopez versus Lopez, 2 million, 0.2, and Young Rock, 1.3 million, 0.2. Each slipped about 25% in audience and a 10th in the demo for the series season premieres. Over on the CW, we have Penn and Teller, 680K, 0.1, and Who's Line, 500K, 0.1. Each lost some viewers. I'm not going to do the cable numbers. Well, SmackDown's been on a roll. Well done. We can all thank Triple H for making this happen. Thank you, Triple H. All right. Now we go to Sunday's ratings, of course. All right. NBC Sunday Night Football averaged 11.1 million total viewers and a 3.2 demo rating, down 25 and 18% from last week's early numbers. Meanwhile, elsewhere, CBS, 60 Minutes, 6.7 million, 0.5 drew Sunday's largest non-NFL audience. The Equalizer, 6.2 million, 0.5 returned to a season low in audience while steady in the demo. East New York, for 4.8 million, 0.3 dipped the series lows. And NCIS Los Angeles, 3.9 million. All right, NCIS Los Angeles, 3.9 million, 0.3 was steady. Over on Fox, NFL boosted The Simpsons, 5.6 million, 1.7 enjoyed the night's biggest non-NFL rating, followed by The Great North's 2.2 million, 0.7. Bob's Burgers is 1.6 million, 0.5, and Family Guy's 1.4 million, 0.5. Over on the CW, Family Law, 280K, 0.1 was steady. Coroner, 300K, 0.0, added some eyeballs. Over on ABC, AFE, 3.6 million, 0.3 dipped. Celebrity Jeopardy, 3.6 million, 0.4, and Celebrity Real, 3.1 million, 0.4 were steady. And ABC News' Michelle Obama special drew 2.7 billion, 0.2. All right, now to Thursday. All right. And Thursday's ratings, CBS's Young Sheldon and Ghost tied for the first day demo win, with the former also delivering the night's largest audience. On ABC, with their fall finale crossover, Station 19, 4 million, 0.5 drew its second best audience of the season and was steady in the demo, while Grey's Anatomy, 3.7 million, 0.5 nearly tied the season high in audience rose in the demo. A broadcast sampling of Hulu's Reasonable Doubt legal drama drew drew 1.8 million and a 0.2 at 10 p.m. Over on CBS, Young Sheldon 7.1 million, 0.6. Ghost 6.6 million, 0.6. So Help Me Todd 4.4 million, 0.3. And CSI Vegas 3.5 million, 0.3. All added viewers and held steady in the demo. Over on NBC, Law and Order 4 million, 0.4. SVU for 4 million, 0.5. And Organized Crime 2.9 million, 0.4 were all steady. Over on the CW, Walker 770K 0.1 added a few eyeballs, while Independence 470K 0.1 lost some. Over on Fox, Hell's Kitchen 1.9 million 0.4 and Call Me Cat 1.1 million 0.2 both dipped, while Flash 850K 0.2 was steady. Oh, wow. Woo! Woo! So that's a lot of ratings to cover. Woo. So my eyes on here on Jeffrey's server saying that Pressure Luck, the Car Sharks with Jim Perry, Family Feud with Dawson, and Super Password may be coming back to GSM on November 28th. Let me read this. This is from Buzzer Blog. All right, a new block of classic game shows appears to coming to GSN soon. Here's something you probably didn't expect. According to TV listings, it appears that a new block of classic game shows coming to GSN starting November 28th. The new schedule starting on November 28th has Pressure Luck at 1 p.m. Eastern, Super Passer at 1:30 p.m., Jim Perry's Car Sharks at 2 p.m. Eastern, and Richard Dawson's Family Feud at 2:30 p.m. Eastern. The trade-off listing shows that Match Game is leaving at 1 p.m. Eastern hour. From what we could see, this appears to be the first time since around 1998 where Match Game has not been on the schedule. Having said that, Buzzer airs Match Game constantly, so it's not going to be hard to find it. It's a pleasant surprise and a good choice of shows. Each of these have some relevance today, and they definitely pulled out the fan favorites. Why did they do this? I have a completely unfounded theory that it has to be some deal in order to keep Steve Harvey's Family Feud, which is still one of the network's most watched shows. Or maybe GSN just really wants classic shows again. Who knows? But to be sure to enjoy the new Retro Box starting November 28th. Holy crap. Oh, we're going back to the good old days. Mark?
Yeah, I'm here.
So what are your thoughts on all this?
Well, GSN definitely needs to have the classics back.
Yes, they do.
Because the last several years, they've had nothing but crap.
I wouldn't say all crap. I think America Says is a good show. What else was on?
Well, that's true. But when most of the lineup besides that is Steve Harvey Family Feud about 1 billion times a day, that can get kind of annoying.
Yes, it kind of is. It is very much annoying. Why can't we bring? And speaking of Feud, why don't you do Carnes Feud, Combs Feud, or Anderson Feud, or O'Hurley's Feud? Oh,
that
hello.
would be nice.
Hold on a minute. Sorry, Mark. Hi, Jeffrey.
Well, anyway, that would be pretty nice.
That would be pretty nice. All right. Now I gotta do this. I gotta do the tributes, of course. Oof, we've lost 4 people today. All right, first one, the first tribute that we're going to tribute for is John Aniston. All right, John Aniston, a long-running player on soap opera Days of Our Lives, and the father of French actress Jennifer Aniston, died last week on November 11th. According to Jennifer, he was 89 years old. Aniston joined Days of Our Lives in 1970 in the role of Dr. Eric Richards. He would later come back to the soap opera in the 80s as the character Victor Caracas, a role he maintained through 2022. He also appeared in roles on Search for Tomorrow, Journeyman, and The West Wing. He also fronted 13 solo specials on Showtime and more on HBO, and appeared in several memorable Budweiser ads, including a commercial in which he used a watermelon as a bowling ball. The Times report he had more than 100 concert dates a year for 3 decades, acts across which he destroyed over 15,000 melons using the sledgehammer of choice, the Sledge-O-Matic. In addition to his work in live comedy, Gallagher, John, whose real first name was Leo, appeared in television in the Smothers Brothers Comedy Hour and in the 2013 movie The Book of Daniel. He featured notably in a week of the Match Game Hollywood Squares Hour celebrating Leave It to Beaver. He was also on episodes of the original Hollywood Squares with Peter Marshall. Oh, wow. My condolences to Miss Jennifer Aniston's family for this terrible loss. Next, Gallagher, as we just mentioned. Gallagher, the beloved comedian who rose to prominence on The Tonight Show and famously smashed watermelons throughout his illustrious stand-up career, had passed away at age 76. He died in his home in Palm Springs, California, early Friday morning. All right. After launching his career on a 1975 episode of Johnny Carson's The Tonight Show, Gallagher proclaimed himself to be the Wizard of Oz, regularly performing outlandish acts with food during his sets, such as splattered watermelon, cantaloupes, and cottage cheese. He also fronted 13 solo specials on Showtime and more on HBO, and appeared in several Budweiser ads. Yeah. All right. My prayers and condolences to Gallagher's family at this time. Now, our final tribute is the executive producer of the original Concentration, Norm Blumenthal. He loved puzzles. He was a creative thinker. He adored the memory testing game Concentration and found a way to bring its entertainment value to the television screen. He served as executive producer throughout the entire run of the 1960s hit TV game show version and was one of the pioneers of the AMC channel. He died on September 23rd, 2022 at the age of 96 from multi-organ failure. Blumenthal was born October 11th, 1925 in Williamsburg, Brooklyn. His passion for the arts was realized in high school after he thrived during performances in the alternative but failed French class. His teacher looked at him and said that he didn't belong in that school, and he was recommended to the High School of Art and Design in Manhattan. That put him on a path to entertainment, said son Howard Blumenthal, 70. The beginning of Blumenthal's television career began on Winky Dink and You, a Saturday morning children's television series produced by Barry and Enright Productions. In 1957, during the era of big money quiz shows, the idea of bringing Concentration television was floated around Blumenthal's office. It came to fruition when, in 1958, Concentration and its famous Rebus puzzles premiered on NBC. When it first aired, the show was live and in black and white. Then it went to videotape and color. Your dad was around for all of it, said Howard. The evolution of television was very much a part of his professional life. Before his nearly 15-year run came to an end, Blumenthal not only created all of more than 9,000 puzzles used on the television show without repetition, but also every puzzle utilizing all 24 annual editions of the Melton Bradley home game, which became one of the best-selling board games in the brand's history. Rest in peace to Norm Blumenthal. My players will go out to him in this time. Rest in peace to all three of these wonderful people Your spirit will live on in our hearts, and we'll never forget you. All right. And now, the moment we've all been waiting for. It is time for another edition of the Game Show Speak host food chain. Today, we're going to do the host of the Joker's Wild. So, of course, there are 5 hosts to go through. There are 5 hosts to go through. All right. So here's how it works. Rule 1, this is basically our opinion. Rule 2, we're only counting one person's hosting tenure as one hosting tenure, even if they do 2 separate stints. Rule 3, we're not going to count the Alan London pilots on CBS. I'm sorry for that. Sorry, Mr. Alan London. Rest in peace. So let's start number 1. Let's start with number 1, the man that started it all for us, Jack Barry. Oof, Jack Barry. Now, I heard originally that he wasn't going to be the choice. He was going to be either Alan Lutton, Wink Martindale, or Tom Kennedy. Yeah, how about that? But by the time these two were, oh, hey, Jay. Yo, hey, it's Jay Houston. Hi, Jay. Anyway, with all 3 of them busy with other shows, they only gave him the run. They gave him a 13-week contract. But by January of 1975, with good ratings, they signed to a regular contract, which will stay hold until 1984. And Jim Peck substituted for him for a little bit for Barry until his death, until Jack Barry's sudden demise in May of 1984. I mean, yes, some people will know him for the 1950 quiz show scandals, but that's mostly Dan Amright's fault than Jack's. So obviously, we're going to keep him at the top of the list, and he might stay that way. For now, or either till we're all said and done here. So let's fast forward in the months in the year we're seeing his death. And number 2, the man who replaced him, Bill, who actually it was originally supposed to be Jim Peck, but due to his passing, he brought on the dean of game shows, Bill Cullen, as the host. I feel like Bill was good as always, but I feel like he was out of place with the Joker's Wild, to be honest. I mean, what were your thoughts on Bill Cullen when he hosted the Joker's Wild?
I don't think I was alive when Cullen was hosting Joker's Wild, so
okay.
Yeah.
But
so I can't comment on that.
Okay, that's fine. But anyway, Bill Cullen fell out of place with the Joker's Wild. I feel like I heard one episode. I think he wasn't feeling well at that point, and they stuff. And I know Jim Peck, as we always mentioned him, Jim Peck substitute for Cullen sometimes. And I remember one episode where they had to stop the tape because they were out of questions and had to get more. That really threw the game off a bit. So, Bill Cullen, I'm going to put him at number 2. I'm going to put Bill Cullen at number 2. He felt good. So he did good, but I feel like he was out of place sometimes. All right, now let's move on to number 3. Joker's Wild was going to get revived. Actually, no. We should count Jim Peck. Number 3, Jim Peck which was the original choice before signing with Bill Cullen. I mean, Jim Peck, I know he did Second Chance, which was the predecessor to Press Your Luck, but Jim Peck did good there, and that's why he did good here. I mean, he's got the tone. He's really set. He really knows contestants really well. It's kind of sad though that we'll never. It's kind of sad though that he wasn't going to be the new host for the Joker's Wild, and it would have been the 8th season too. So obviously we'll put Jim Peck and where should I put him though? Should I put Jim Peck in number 3, or should I put him in number 2? Oh man, this is tough. All right, fine. We're just gonna put him in number 2 for now. I'm gonna put him. Okay, let's go to number 4. Of course, host number 4. Joker's Wild was gonna get revived in 1990, along with Tic Tac Toe. And the man that hosted it will go on to host Shop to Your Drop and The Big Spin, Pat Finn. Now, this was Pat's first time hosting a game show. I thought he did all right. He did a good job. He did a good job. I mean, the format was changed a bit. Now, in the first week of his run, the format was changed to money amounts, of course. And then later in the second season of that run, they went back to the classic format, sort of. But the second format took longer than the first, which I would prefer the first format better in some way. Oh boy! But Pat, and for his first time, I think he did good. He did good. So, all right, I'm going to put him above Cullen. I'll put him in number 3. All right, now, 5th. All right, one more to go. It's the man who was currently at the helm in 2017 and the second producer was Michael Strahan, and Mark. I think you may like this guy, Snoop Dogg.
Oh yes, the famous rapper Snoop Dogg.
When Joker's Wild was coming back, what were your thoughts on Snoop Dogg? Snoop.
Well, my original thoughts were, like, can he really do this? I mean, he hasn't hosted a game show before, so. But I guess he's done pretty good.
Yeah, he's done pretty good too. Don't get me wrong. I like how they went back to the classic set, sort of. And I like how they modernized the classic set. And in the first season of his run, we had Jenny Mai. I mean, now she's doing the talk, of course, the talk on CBS. I mean, Jenny Mai was kind of awesome. In the second run, she was gone altogether. And now $50,000 on the second season. I mean, and Snoop said he has seen the original Joker's Run with Jack Barry. So it made sense for him to host the show. And by God, I think he did pretty good. He was funny. I mean, he got some laughter along the way. All right, you know what? I'm actually going to do this. I'm actually going to put Snoop Dogg at number 2. All right. Let me run down the chain one time. At number 1, Jack Barry. Number 2, Snoop Dogg. Dog. Woo, woo. Number 3, Jim Peck. Number 4, Bill Cullen. And number 5, dead last, Pat Finn. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's all 5 hosts, and that's the chain. I'm going to close this out here. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode. And thank you, Mark, for being here, of course.
No problem.
And Michael will be back next week. Michael will be back next week to do this. Hopefully he will be. So I won't do his closing, but I will do mine. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys like this, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and turn on the bell icon to get notified every time I upload a YouTube video when I go live. Same thing to Mark Leota's YouTube channel, of course. Also game show content over there. Also go subscribe to my second channel, the Game Show Lounge. And ladies and gentlemen, I will see you guys next time for another round of the Game Show Speak Podcast. Until then, keep your hands on your buzzers and buzz on. See y'all later.